Hello to my Virgos. This is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your general reading, Virgos. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it, Virgos. All right. So this period invites you to release self-criticism, trust your process, and recognize how far you've already come. Your attention to detail is a gift, but now it's time to pair it with self-compassion and confidence. So growth comes from honoring both effort and rest. So you want to make sure you get your rest so that you don't get overwhelmed. Happy full moon in Cancer. Happy full moon in Cancer. I've also extended my donation reading. So if you're getting a donation reading, make sure you're reaching out to me via text message so we can schedule you there. And my calendar is open. So if you're going to schedule on the calendar, you're scheduling on the calendar through my website, right? If you are doing a donation reading, you are texting me, and my information will be in the description. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Your past is calling. Don't answer. Your past is calling. Don't answer. And your past could call in many different ways. In a physical sense, for you, it could be people from your past trying to get you to, trying to overwhelm you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? So what's your current energy? What's the current energy for what is the current energy for my Virgos? You all roll 6th house. 6th house is about health and well-being, daily work, health, service, business, routines and rituals. So if you're doing full moon rituals, here it is. All right, so you're closing out a cycle. Closing out a cycle. Some energies are kind of asking why. Why is something closed out, right? Why is something closed out? Your 7th house is going to be of importance. 7th house is going to be of importance to you. I know what your zodiac sign is in your 7th house. So you're having telepathic messages, right? So what motivates you now? What's motivating you is to kind of sort of leave behind energies who like to create a bunch of distractions. That's what's, something for you as an earth sign. You need to kind of process what seeds have been planted, right, in your soil, right? And so energies that's trying to rush you, this just doesn't work for you. And so that's not the energy you're trying to push back on other people, right? That comes almost to you as like an open enemy to you. It's like, why are people trying to rush a process for you, right? That feels like open enemy energy to you when people are trying to rush you. You would rather be around people who are encouraging you to pour into yourself when you feel anxious about things. Those are the energies you want to be around. So that's what I'm seeing for you. That's what I'm seeing for you all. People who inspire you to pour into yourself. So think of it this way, Virgos. You're planting seed in the soil, right? And so it's getting so much sunlight. What does that look like? The leaves are dead, right? Versus somebody who people thought was a fool is saying to you, no, you need water. You need to put water here. But imagine if you got so much sunlight that the leaves were already dead, and then you're putting water on top of it. Guess what? The leaves are still, it's not like the leaves are going to come back to life. They need the cycle has ended. The cycle has ended, right? And so now you're saying, okay, those leaves need to fall off and something needs to start all over again. Something needs to start all over again. What are you releasing? What are you releasing? Yeah. You're not going back to being confused anymore. I feel like you have been really warm towards energies, right? But somebody trying to rush you, you've already decided. I don't feel like you're being mean or rude to somebody. Looking at your cards here, I feel like if anything, you're still being warm-spirited to energies, right? But whoever they're connected to And again, you're keeping your, and when you say your past is calling, don't answer, it's like you're taking your time to yield to source first. So before you answer any kind of call, then you're yielding to whatever source tells you to do first. Whatever source is telling you to do first, okay? Something about somebody's tone towards you, talk to you like you were a fool, like whoever this is. It could be, like I said, somebody could be connected to a fire energy. In some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's trying to bring a tower down on you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, thinking that you're a fool. They're trying to bring some kind of a tower down on you. I'm basically saying that you're lying about something, right? That you're lying about something and trying to make you look like a fool. That you were impulsive and that you're not telling the truth about something. So who knows, right? So here we have the 3. Yeah. Somebody feels like you would just go along with the flow. And just in terms of how you're talking about something, that you would just go along with the flow with something. I feel like you've ascended higher, meaning that you're very positive. People are expecting for you to be low vibrational, but I feel like, again, on my channel, I see you being very positive. As a matter of fact, looking at your cards here, you're landing on the light side of the moon, your emotions. So you want to pour into yourself like never before. You'll know you're landing on the light side of the moon. In Cancer, if you're feeling more sympathetic, protective, tenacious, loyal, imaginative, but really pouring into yourself like never before. As an earth sign for you, a moon in Cancer means you have an unshakable loyalty and strong passion under the influence of a Cancer moon. This combination gives you an ability to capture the imagination of the public, right? So something is already closed out and people are asking why. Why is something closed out? What is it? Why is this something so closed out? A lot of it has to do with your attention to detail when it comes to things, and people thought that you were a fool when it comes to something. So people are asking why is something closed out, right? You're seeing something from a higher frequency. Some energies that keep trying to bring towers down on you, even though you feel like you're having a warm fireside chat with people, like you just feel like you're just talking to people and having a warm fireside chat. You're starting to see it's a particular group of energies that see you as the enemy. They see you as the enemy. And something about you couldn't figure it out at first, but you see it now. You're just like, oh wow. So, a challenge to address for my Virgos. Yeah, you're seeing something from a higher frequency. Matter of fact, you have a guardian angel that's watching over you. Right? You have a guardian angel that's watching over you. Somebody that's helping you to see something from a higher frequency. Somebody that's helping you to see something from a higher frequency. Somebody's showing you a whole lot of things, like who played a role in separating you from someone else. You know, basically saying that you're doing an injustice to a group of people. It's just showing you a whole lot of things. All right. Energy that builds momentum. Yeah. I feel like you won. You won something. It's like you're on center stage. Like somebody's used to being the center of attention. Talking about you. You're used to being the center of attention because you are so detailed, right? You're very detailed when it comes to your daily work, your routines and rituals, your service, your health. And this is what I always say about Virgos, just in general, is it's not the high vibrating Virgos. You're not necessarily nitpicking other people, okay? you want to get it right for you. So you could be nitpicking yourself. Like you could be highly critical of self. Like you really want to get it right for you, not nitpicking other people. So, yeah. Some people could have thought that you are going back to their past to nitpick them, when actually you were trying to close out something, like something you were trying to close out and see something from a higher frequency. Opportunity presenting itself. Yeah, you have a new opportunity presenting itself, which is great. So you want to definitely stay focused. You definitely want to stay focused, right? You want to stay focused. You could be traveling by plane or being fast-tracked here because of your temperament. This is really because of your temperament, right? Here we go. People, you see something from a higher frequency. Like you don't have to be a person that's like all over the place, like easily get, like you have a bad, like people are starting to see that you don't have a bad temper. You're basically you're a person who prays and meditates. This is what I'm seeing here, right? Person who prays and meditates, like before you take some kind of action, and people wanted to see. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that somebody is not, you're in human form, right? In human form. And so when your past is continuing to call you, people are making sure that you're not impulsive. Like somebody just mad, just goes, flies off the handle, right? What I'm also picking up too here is that there's a group that wants you to be a part of them, right? There's a group of people that really want you to be a part of their group. What is the best course of action? Your spirit has already moved on from something. This right here, your spirit has already moved on from somebody saying that you talk down to people, like you, or like a group of people talk down to people, I guess, or somebody was bullied into doing or talking down to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Like you've already moved on from that. Like somebody responsible for talking to you the way they wanted to, because that's how they wanted to talk to you. That's how they felt about talking to you. You know, like if because I'm looking at, this could be like somebody's energy. This could be somebody's energy at work. Like you could have been like, oh, somebody was talking to you like that at work because somebody else. No, they were talking to you like that at work because that's how they wanted to talk to you. That's how they felt about you. Somebody felt like the reason why they were being bullied was because of you. They were making you responsible for why they were being bullied. And so Whoever this is, I feel like somebody wants to move in with you. Whoever this is, or they want to come visit you or move in with you, or they're moving or something like that. Somebody wants to talk to you. Like in the physical sense. So spiritually, you already feel like this is a family member who wants to come to you and talk to you. Basically, they want to come because now that something is closed out, this is a family member that wants to come to you after they've already talked to you. Like they may have yelled at you or said something really harmful to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, Virgo. Now the energy wants to they know that they are responsible for their actions towards you, Virgo. And I'm talking to you wherever Virgo is in your birth chart. Wherever Virgo is in your birth chart. So the message has already traveled to you of who this energy is, right? It's already traveled to you, but it's because of who they were linking up with. And so now that they're no longer linking up with that energy, right, something has closed out there. Somebody really wants to, I feel like somebody wants to move in with you. Somebody really wants to, and you're seeing something from a higher frequency because something happened really fast. You know, like basically somebody could have told somebody that you need to get out. Somebody could have said you are toxic. You know, somebody could have said a whole bunch of stuff about somebody, said you need to get out. Such and such and such and such. So, a message from Spirit. Yeah. You could be getting married in business and or in love because something is closed out, right? But something was confusing for you as to kind of like who was behind. You felt like you could have felt like somebody was bullying somebody else as to why they were talking to you, the way they were talking to you. Like, was somebody bullying somebody? Like what? Like what's happening here? Likely outcome. Yeah, something could have been confusing. So you want to stay with people who, Virgos, you want to stay with people who are basically saying you want to keep your vibrations high. You don't want to go low. You want to keep your vibrations high. Everybody can go low. That's everybody can go low, right? If you want to operate in the flesh, but you want to stay connected to people who are basically encouraging you to pour in. Like I always talk about knowing what your moon sign is, right? So the moon is in Cancer. This is Cancer's card here. Even if people think you are on some high horse, those are going to be your people. All those people are be like, no, pour into yourself. Like, you know, calm your anxiety down. You've been asking for help. You feel like your back is hurting. You've been asking for help. Like you need to be around people that's going to help you. Not let that people just see you going through and just, you know. So somebody could have really sat back and watched you physically move. Like physically watched you move. Like family member. And you just moving everything by yourself. And them just standing there watching you, right? You know, having some kind of feelings about you moving and just standing there, just watching you move, your back hurting, stressing, picking up stuff yourself. So you're moving on from something. You moved on from something. Having any feelings about feeling responsible for somebody being bullied, for, you know, you being married in business or married in love. Because that's like somebody wanted you to be responsible for who you married. That's what this is. Like somebody wants you to be responsible for who you married in business or married in love. So, a likely outcome for you. I'm seeing success. Yeah, you've been carrying something around for a really, really long time. It's almost like whoever you are, you could have been carrying, like if, let's say, somebody could have been carrying around this, like this feeling, like carrying this feeling that it's your fault, like who you married. Like you could have wished you married somebody else. And this other person could have been on a high horse about you, like basically judging you, like based on who you were married. Something seems generational though. So this could be somebody's son who's actually on a high horse. You could have been in a relationship where you could have felt like somebody balances you out, and this could be somebody's son who basically was looking down on you, trying to make you responsible, and just something just all of a sudden just came out, and just came out like a blazing fire to you. And so, but something is closed out. You're not carrying that baggage anymore. You're not carrying that weight anymore. So, but somebody was carrying that weight to work. They was carrying that weight home and to work. Everywhere you went, you were carrying that baggage. So, not anymore. All right. Trust your first mind. So somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. Booked, busy, not burdened and bitter at all. So I love up on yourselves more. Love up on yourselves more. Somebody secretly has a crush on you. And so somebody could be moving on to being around other people who treat them the same way. That could be their karma, right? They're moving on to people who treat them the same way as vice versa. Like somebody could be mad at you for who you married, and that could have something could have come to light. That could have come to light, right? So if someone hasn't changed, like you're changing the route of your energy, like you're changing your water. You're changing your water, right? So you're not saying you're not going to get, if you've been married before, you're not saying you're not going to get married again. You're determined that you're going to put your energy into being successful. That's what you're speaking something into existence, because you're seeing now something from a higher frequency. You moved the way they wanted you to move, right? Until you saw somebody start looking down on you for your choices. That's what this is here. So now somebody wants to call you, but you're not. This time you're not picking up. You're not answering. All right. So you're getting focused. You're getting laser focused. Somebody has not been completely honest with you about something. I have no idea. Solar plexus chakra cleanse. You're getting outside and getting some sun. So the healer and protective travelers is with you. So wherever you go, you can go to the grocery store, down the street, post office, bus stop, wherever. Healer and protective travelers is with you, wherever you go, right? But you are who they prayed for. So you're no longer going to carry that burden anymore until it feels like your back is breaking and somebody's like, well, how come you didn't marry somebody who was like, just because they want to fit in a group or a crowd of people? How come you didn't marry somebody lighter or darker, or somebody who had more money, or somebody who had less money, or somebody who was raised in this geographical area or that geographical area? Like, you're not carrying that burden anymore. Your next love interest will make you happier. So you have the gift of claircognizance. Or why didn't you get enough rooms for them to move in, with you, right? Or why didn't you, something where somebody wants you to be responsible for everything. The spy is now turned on. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this is helpful to you all. Again, you're keeping your vibrations high. But like I said, the likely outcome here is that I'm seeing somebody in a very successful partnership in business and or in love. So if you're not interested in marriage and love, it could be a partnership in business, right? So that could be a job for someone that I see you being very successful, because you're just offloading all that stuff. You're like, hey, somebody is, when they come around, it's just more of a burden to you. Something about the way they talk to you, like talk down to you, it pretty much did it for you. So the Virgo, the perfection is not required. Progress is enough. So trust your steady steps, honor your growth, and move forward with confidence. You are closer to success than you realize. Yeah, nobody really wants to be in survival mode, like in any kind of a relationship. You want to feel like, you feel nurtured. This is what the moon in Cancer does. Moon in Cancer reminds you where you feel nurtured, right? And where you don't feel nurtured. right? And that's what I'm seeing here. You don't want to be in a relationship with somebody where it's an open, and you feel like it's an open enemy. Something could just, like a fire could just break out at any moment with the energy, right? And so it's like every person for themselves in a relationship. So you don't want to feel like that. That's what I'm seeing for you here. Let me pull this one last card and let's do it. One last card here. Self-love. So let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. But somebody's going to be really, really pouring into their inner child. Because, you know, the kids, they don't really have the word vocabulary for saying how they feel. They can just say, I feel sick, or I feel hot, or I feel cold, or I feel something, right? So somebody's going to get outside and get some more sun. That's what I'm seeing for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. All right. Bye.